Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 21. To improve public access to market information, the Bank of Jamaica BOJ is now posting more information on its website on daily foreign exchange market transactions. As of Monday, May 20, persons can find information on the volume and price for each transaction of $100,000 or more. The information will be available at the end of each day's trading. A statement from the central bank says this is intended to foster greater transparency in relation to large US dollar transactions by authorized foreign exchange dealers and cambios. These transactions do not represent all of the trading on that day and will not identify the counterparties to each transaction, but the public will be able to view historical data on this. Technology Minister Fayval Williams has promised to ensure that the Joint Select Committee on the Data Protection Bill reconvenes its review in June to expedite tabling of the legislation in the House of Representatives. The bill has been drafted to ensure that individuals have greater control over their personal data. It should put an end to the fragmented approach to secrecy, confidentiality, and privacy, and is to establish a uniform, robust, and clear mandate to protect people's personal data. At a recent JIS think tank, Minister Williams said the goal was to have it passed this legislative year.
The bill is a paradigm shift, as it will require data controllers to completely rethink how they process personal data. They will be required to develop data privacy policies that ensure that the personal data being processed is obtained fairly and lawfully, is obtained for one or more specified and lawful purposes, and processing is consistent with that purpose. Is not excessive in relation to the purpose for which they are processed, and is adequate and relevant.
The Integrated Resource Plan IRP, which is expected to guide the development of a modern energy sector in Jamaica, will be completed in June. That's according to Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Fayval Williams. She was making her contribution to the 2019-20 sectoral debate in Parliament recently. The IRP will establish the projected electricity demand over a 20-year period and determine the generating capacities that will be required to satisfy that demand.
This will provide the framework for informed decisions to be made so that Jamaicans will only pay for the electricity that they need. The data to be derived from the IRP will also inform the revision of the National Energy Policy, which will be undertaken in this financial year.
Labour and Social Security Minister Shahine Robinson says she expects the Occupational Safety and Health Act to be passed into law soon. She says the legislation, which is now before a Joint Select Committee of Parliament, will create necessary changes to advance labour market reform.
In short order, it will be law in Jamaica, and this is a piece of legislation that is coming to protect employer and employees, and we urge everyone to read it, get familiar with it, because it will be a game changer for investment for a lot of things in Jamaica.
The Labour Minister was addressing the recent Jamaica Employees Federation 37th Annual Business and Workplace Convention and Expo. In her remarks, senior specialist at the International Labour Organization, Vanessa Pala, said key recommendations have been made in the ILO's Future of Work report towards promoting social justice. These include increasing investments in people's capabilities as well as in decent and sustainable work.
It talks about employment contracts and social dialogue mechanisms that we require at the workplaces to make sure that we constantly engage and we come up with, or we co-create solutions to some of the challenges that confront our workplaces.
The ILO Future of Work report will form part of critical discussions in the upcoming International Labour Conference that will be attended by a Jamaican delegation led by Minister Shahine Robinson in June. The Ministry of Health and Wellness's program to reduce waiting times in hospital, accident and emergency departments and nearby health centers is reaping significant success.
Our interventions resulted in an overall 40% increase in the number of patient visits in the targeted health centers in 2016-2017.
The Chief Medical Officer says it has also resulted in simultaneous decrease in waiting times at hospital emergency rooms. Dr. Bisesa Mackenzie was speaking recently at the official opening of the renovated Black River Health Center. The Reducing Waiting Time initiative was a response to overcrowding at hospital emergency departments. It was piloted in 2016 in 7 hospitals and 8 health centers with support from the Pan American Health Organization. The program has since been expanded to other health facilities. And finally, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange says funds have now been identified to build a new health center in Spanish Town. The minister was giving an update on a commitment made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness last year as he committed to easing the burden on the Cumberland Road Health Center.
At this time, the Health Fund has indicated that the funds are there to build a new health center, and we are now looking for the land on which to locate that health center.
Minister Grange was speaking at a recent JI's think tank where she provided details on this year's Labor Day activities and gave an update on the impact of 2018's projects. The Cumberland Road Health Center was one of last year's National Labor Day projects and benefited from the construction of a ramp as well as improvements to its patient waiting area and record storage facility. Minister Grange says the health center has seen a tremendous increase in usage in the wake of that work. Labor Day this year will be observed on Thursday under the theme Child Safety. It's you, it's me, it's all of we. And that's it for JI's News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.